just beginning my readings with giving gratitude to the spirit of the Palo Santo that I use. To some for you, of course, dear viewers, and some for the space to clear it. I do find, I feel, and of course I'm sure it's just effective for me to get more focused. It's part of kind of the little ritual I like to do. Coffee, I have to center and ground. I'm not a morning person, but I have to kind of wake up and do this little ritual before I get to my readings every day. Right now, I'm just cleansing my deck, which I think is very good to do. Myself and my space. Okay. I'll make sure that you will be able to see this reading as best as possible. Again, forgive my current setup. I am yet on bed rest and will be for a little while yet as I kind of seal the healing that I've achieved. I give you my gratitude for your prayers and all that. I really do appreciate it. And I know they helped me. I know they did, because I was having a hard time healing at one point. So thank you with all my heart. So let's begin. I am going to look at the two people who are up for Biden's Secretary of Defense. There is a man that is being considered. He would require a waiver that doesn't usually often happen because the 7-year mandatory wait. He's retired, and the 7-year mandatory wait between active duty and serving a top civilian office job. So he would be, if he were chosen, and his name is Floyd Austin, he would be the first, I think, black male to run the Pentagon. Now, Michelle Flournoy is also very capable. She would be one of, I think, the first women, definitely, and likely to bring in also more women into working in the Pentagon. I think they both sound like very capable people. As a woman, I gotta say, it would be cool to see a woman in there, but I would celebrate whoever would do the best job. Okay, so moving on, and just making sure I have my clarification card set up, my coffee, my lip balm, all the things that make a reading. I have to have a certain amount because of moisture, really. Especially in winter now. The air is so darn dry, even if you're drinking water. Of course, I never drink as much as I'm supposed to. My bad. Now, let's see. I'll go ahead and I'll use the Rachel True deck, and I'm going to also introduce you to, this is a larger deck made by, she goes by the name Michaela Ashina, and she's on Etsy, and it's Sacred Geometry Patterns. These are not so inexpensive. Cost me $70, but they are very large. They are beautiful, one of a kind, and they're very hard to come by. So, but I wanted to try and use these today as clarification to see how they'd work with this reading. If it would be the right deck for clarification, I'm not sure. We'll find out. So, without further ado, let's get into it. I want to look at Michelle Fournier first. Trying to keep this centered. It just looks better. So I'm asking the universe to share with us what it feels we need to know about Michelle Fournier. I hope I'm saying it right. And we are looking also at the man that would be the first black male to run the Pentagon if he were chosen. He's retired, and some people aren't thrilled with that there would have to be a waiver. I mean, Trump used a waiver to get Madison, but it's not the usual process. And so I'm going to read who he's going to choose between it's not just between two people, but I believe Michelle and Floyd are contenders, shall we say. So, just curious, who's going to be chosen to be the Secretary of Defense for the incoming Biden administration? I asked my ancestors and spiritual helpers to guide me and to help me to ensure that I give an accurate reading, and I give them thanks. And the Creator and the universe and the Spirit of the Tarot. What can you tell us, Spirit of the Tarot, about Michelle? Okay, Michelle Flournoy is a Sagittarius. Her birthday is actually today, the same day as my brother's birthday, the 14th of December. And this year is 2020 at the time of this filming. Yeah. So, happy birthday, Michelle Flournoy. And to my brother. Now, try and focus on Michelle. Tarot. Firstly, will Michelle be chosen by the Biden administration as Secretary of Defense? Because there's other women too that are up. These are just two people that I'm just randomly picked out of because they popped up their stories popped up in the news. So I thought, okay, well, let's look at these two. There's other people too, though. I'm just looking at these two to see if either one of them will be the person that is picked. So let's just get cut to the chase with this for Michelle, and then we'll look at her, as I said I would do, and we'll look at also Floyd Austin and see if it's going to be him. Okay, so will Biden choose Michelle Flournoy as Secretary of Defense? Will she be the choice that the Biden administration ends up making as Secretary of Defense? Will it be Michelle Flournoy? Will it be her? She is a Sagittarius and should probably come up as a Queen of Wands, potentially. Okay. Well, I get clarity. That could be the decision. See a King of Discs. I see a Princess of Discs and Queen of Cups. Well, Michelle may not be it. And this male, this King of Discs, would not be, unless he has some really strong earth in his chart, which I would think he might, which could be Austin, Floyd Austin, because his birthday, let me just double check that. I know it's August 23rd. I mean, that's right, it's a cusp kind of birthday. But he's either right on the cusp or like the day after. Let me just double check. Well, he's a Virgo. So I'm getting, though I'm asking about Michelle, I'm getting clarity, the card of clarity that kind of feels like it's going to maybe go to Austin. And there is a female here of a water sign that I feel might work alongside him. There is such a glare on that. I did turn on the overhead because this darn room is so dark, so I'm sorry about that glare. Let me just see if I can't just kind of tilt and then maybe, well, that didn't help. All right. Anyhow, nope. It's something I might be able to improve when I edit this. Take that shine out. I don't know how much I'll be able to affect, but we'll see. Anyhow, that's a Queen of Cups there in the glare, and the Princess of Discs. And I just feel like this woman here could be connected to the choice of, I believe, despite my asking if it would be Michelle, I feel like it's indicating, hey girlfriend, it's gonna be a male of an earth sign. And actually Floyd Austin isn't a Leo like I presumed, but he's very close to it. He's a Virgo. So I'm gonna say that's in all likelihood probably him. The question would be, who is this Queen of Cups over here? I feel like she's assisting him in some way. Okay, we'll go ahead and we'll put the next two lines down, all right? But it looks like the tarot is saying, sorry, Michelle, no. There is secret come to, I think, will be clarified. Something that wasn't known will be definitely brought out completely into the open with regard perhaps during the interview process or things like this. And maybe where Michelle is concerned, maybe there's an issue. I don't know. Again, all my readings are alleged and for entertainment purposes only. And this right here is my conjecture. This may, I am reading on Michelle. I don't mean to insinuate that there's something that she may have done, because I don't know that. It just could be that something could come up that is big, that there is complete honesty or there is complete clarity with regard to something that was not out in the open before. And I am reading on her and on the Secretary of Defense, so that office, and who Biden will choose. So I believe we will get some clarifying, some sort of information. And this is justice. This could also be that they're keeping that decision. I feel like they're going to keep the lip zipped on it. Definitely get that vibe too. But because Floyd is next to that card, I just feel like it's him. And I get the justice. I get him. Definitely, I believe he will go through that interview process, but I also feel like this could be indicative of the choice falls on him, that he is the choice. Or presumed, determined to be the best choice. Two of Cups and Six of Cups. Children. Well, it's a very positive card. I think he cares about. I think the point of these two cards, both being Cups, 2 and 6, indicate that he is an empathetic man. He is not a cold, would not be a cold person. I also believe that this could be her, meaning Flournoy, wishing him well. There is a partnership. They've known they have a past working with this person, I feel like. There is warmth. There are positive feelings with him as this choice. I see a woman who will be very forthcoming, and I believe in welcoming him, or announcing maybe her looking forward to working with him. I think she's worked with him in the past. Queen of Cups. All right. And Magician. Yeah. Who will they choose? They are going to keep this very key thing, I think, really mum and on the quiet. They don't want, I think they are really taking into consideration who they're going to choose. It would be a radical change and a departure to have apparently black male, retired military fellow in, and the fact that he is a person of color, I think also talks about a radical shift that we are going to see in this new era of inclusion. And I'm getting that he might possibly also if chosen, and I think it looks like it could go to him, and will go to him, in my opinion, with this reading, I get a feeling he might hire more women than people would expect. There is some sorrow, though, where this job is concerned. And I think for people that were up for it, people that really wanted it. There's also concern that I think because the damage that has been done while with our allies and some, there's just been such a radical change, and there will be a radical change with this new administration. I do believe the cards are saying it. God bless Michelle, but no, it's not going to be her. I do get the indication going to a male. And no less in my card deck, the Rachel True deck. It is a man of color, and Floyd Austin is a man of color. He's also a Virgo. So I tend to believe that's probably who it's going to go to. And I believe that he will have to deal and take control and make radical changes where there have been losses. I'm thinking of the bounty on our service people's heads. How awful. There's going to be a new change that he will bring, especially wherein I think demoralization and care for people with post-traumatic stress and depression, mental illness are concerned. He's going to bring a radical change. And also, if you notice on this death card, that radical change comes from within inside and deep inside. And it's not just how you appear on the... He wants people to be well. That's connected to him. He wants balance. He wants balance for, I think, our service people. I think he would do a really good job. And I'm all for whoever's going to do a good job. Of course, I'd love to see more women in there. And perhaps I can hope that he will be influential in that way. But I do see him, it looks like, being somebody that would be fit to deal with this and has a passion and a heart to care for those who serve. Real honest, yes. And he wants the world to be put on notice that America has new leadership at the helm, and we're not kidding around. Also, there is a friendliness with that Three of Cups. There is a sense of celebration, and the Nine of Pentacles. Independent strength. I feel like that's the American spirit is back. That flagging morale will go up. I think whatever it is that he chooses to employ, I feel like will be very successful in reforming and helping and running things, it looks to me, in a much better fashion. Projecting with the Eight of Wands, this energy, this is energetic. He's thinking, he's putting his efforts out to make real changes. He has real changes on board in mind. I think this deals with family benefits and security. Not only for our nation, for our civilians, but also for our service people. Very interesting. This will be, I hope, televised. I hope so we can watch it. Anyway, I'm satisfied with this. I'm gonna leave this. I don't have to do all these different readings. Okay, thank you, Tarot. I'm going to predict that it looks like Biden's choice at this point, and it could change. The tarot is fluid, but it interrupted my reading on Michelle Flournoy as a possibility, and my asking, will she get it? I get that this person that meets the profile of Floyd Austin, who is a Virgo, August 23rd. He is a man of color, and he would be the first man of color to be running the Pentagon. So, and it looks like he has the passion and the will for the job. We're lucky. We're lucky that we're going to be getting some really special grown-ups to help us. Oh, yay! All right. So I'll see you in the next video.